What is going on, guys? Sorry about the video I made yesterday. It was like extremely rushed, man. I felt like rushed the entire freaking video. But now I have a pretty large amount of time on my hands with no kids, no dogs, no stepmom, no wife, just me and you. Me, you, and Conway Twitty. If you don't know who Conway Twitty is, for one, it tells me you're not a country music fan. But man, that dude gets down, man. That dude, he was a country artist like in the 70s and 80s, and I mean he was like dirty, kind of like sexual dirty, not like freaking today's rap stars calling everyone bitch and f this and f that and so on and so forth. But man, he had a way with words, man, and there's probably a lot of cowboys back in the day and still today that are having good nights listening to Conway Twitty. But that is that. I'll go into this. I have like ridiculous stacks of TTMs. So all of this is since not my last video because that was yesterday, but before the video before that. All of this mail is between now and then. I've been doing TTMs like flipping crazy. I have about 70 TTMs in the other room that I need to send off. What I like to do is write 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 TTMs. If that takes me 2 months, it takes me 2 months. And then send them all out at one time, and that's how I get a flood of TTMs, 5, 6, 7 a day. So that's that. Another tip I get asked a lot, or a question I get asked a lot, is for any tips how to make people's success rates higher. And I do. I actually have pretty good tip for you, and that is watch what other people are getting. I know I take my own advice quite often. There's so many different groups of TTMs and all that stuff, and see who people are getting in. Yeah, you may not be able to get the biggest of the big stars that they get because they found a niche that works for them. Like me, I have found a niche that works extremely well for me. And I don't like telling everyone my secrets. I tell my really good friends, kind of what I do here and there. And a lot of you have figured out what I do and have kind of laughed and PM message, me kind of chuckled. But I don't like giving out my secrets. And a lot of other serious TTM guys don't either. But one secret I will give you is look what other people are getting. Go to check out my cards. As you see successes, throw cards in your shopping cart, or your checkout cart. That's what I do. And like once every month, once every 2 months, I send those cards to me. So like last night, I sent, I think it was 100 cards for like $78, something like that. It was a ton of cards for like $78. And those cards are, 50 cents, 40 cents, 60 cents. And actually, I think as an average, they're probably cheaper than that because I had 2 or 3 $10 cards in that batch that will be going out TTM. So there is my tip that a couple people have been asking for. So let's get into this. This will be really quick because there's a ton of these. Getting, what is this, 4 of 2 from Larry Kamartsky. I sent these 2 to him, which I normally never send 2 of the same card, but I could not find another card for this gentleman. So he signed those 2. He signed this for me. And then he sent me like a biography packet on him that I haven't read just yet. But it's really nice. So, or actually it's not a packet, it's this. And then he sent me this. Captain Larry Kudzinski of the U.S. Coast Guard. So, really cool to get stuff like that. Oh, I got the yawns, I'm sorry. Next, Ken Willard, he wrote 65 to 73 on all 3 cards. That's another tip I can give you is I don't ever send 3 cards. A lot of times I send 2 cards. The only time I send 3 cards is when I see someone that got a success from that person. If they sent 3 cards, I'll send 3. I personally never send more than 3. I think it's kind of rude. And I kind of think 3 is rude. But that's the only time I'll send 3. I'll see people get 6 or 7 sometimes back from somebody. I don't dabble in that, but I'll send 3 if I have them. Ken also sent me this card. It says, Garrett, many thanks for your service to our country. And he signed it, Ken Willard. So that is really cool. I'm really getting quite a freaking PC of, and not even an intentional PC, of guys writing me, thanking me for my service. And I think it's really cool. I have a lot of the more notable ones at my work, at my little cubicle that I have. So I think it's really cool. Next, I sent this to ESPN. Man, that camera's a little bit too far. Jeff Saturday, he signed 2 of 2. This here was a card I got from Check Out My Cards. It was like $7 because it's like a blue refractor. But really happy to get that. And he also wrote, thanks so much for your your sacrifice. I'm so grateful for men and women like you, more than you'll ever know. God bless. And then he signed it as well, just Saturday. So really cool. Sent this into ESPN too as well. I have never seen a success from this guy, but I figured why wouldn't he sign? Ron Jaworski, old Jaws. So really cool. I've never seen a TTM return from him, but thought I would give it a shot. Jim Bunning, I sent 2 cards to him. I sent this one, and then I got this one in my pile of TTMs to go out of him and Clayton Kershaw. So I'll be sending that out to Mr. Kershaw. 2 of 2 from Tom Flores, legendary coach in the 80s. So really happy. He was another guy that I hadn't seen a return from him. I just figured, why the hell not? He's not a superstar or anything like that, so I figured, why wouldn't he sign? Dan Reeves, this one is freaking super cool. He signed it, Dan Reeves, and then he wrote Dallas Cowboys 1965 to 1972 and 1973 to 1981 as the assistant coach. So that is really cool. And then he wrote a note that says, thanks for your service and for all that you do to help keep our country safe. God bless you and yours, Dan Reeves. And then he enclosed these 2 cards, which he made out to me, which I think is really freaking cool. I don't necessarily like cards personalized to me, but I don't mind it at all as long as they don't do it to all the cards in the deal. So I'm really happy. The card I really like, that vintage one, he didn't personalize, and I think it's super cool. Al Kaline, I've gotten him in years past. I hadn't got him in probably a couple years, so I figured, why the heck not? He's really quick. On a lot of websites, it says he requires a $20 donation. I've never gotten him for free, but I think this time I sent $10, and he signed. I sent to this dude. I had this Hall of Famer. I just got him back a couple months ago, and I sent to him just because I had these extra cards laying around. The 2 vintage I got were the ones I sent, and he sent back this Hall of Fame card. So really happy with that. That's Jack Youngblood. And this is the first time I ever got this guy back, man. I loved the Cowboys in the early 90s and the mid 90s, but then a lot of people did as well. I was more of a bandwagon fan, but this dude, man, I really enjoyed watching him. It's old Moose Johnson, Daryl Moose Johnson. And on this one, he wrote, thanks for your service. Well, shoot. I wanted to focus in on his auto because, man, it turned out so nice. But my camera is garbage. It's not going to work. Okay, sorry. So those were cool. Here's another freaking stack. I'm at 9 minutes. Holy crap. Signing 2 of 2, Sonny Bishop. 2 of 2, Gene Atkins. With the Go Saints. The Go is spelt wrong intentionally. That's the Cajun Go Saints. Dwayne Thomas. He signed 2 of 2. He signed this one. And this is like a playing card from back in the day. He signed it, inscribed it, Your Cowboy. 3 of 3 from Jerry Philman. So with it being 3 of 3, I've seen someone that sent him more than 1. Or excuse me, more than 2. And all of my cards nowadays, I pretty much get from Check Out My Cards. Like, I don't have cards of these dudes just laying around. I don't have. When I was a kid, I had boxes and boxes of cards. That's not the case anymore. I don't have the room to put them all. So I pretty much go and check out my cards, buy the cards I want to TTM, and any long shots I want to do, and that's where I get them from. Scott Case, he inscribed 1984 to 94, which I did ask for that inscription, and it turned out extremely nice. Larry Brooks inscribed one of these, LA Rams. Keith Karts. Jeff Simmon. He inscribed it at the bottom, 4-time Pro Bowl. 2 of 2 from, who's this, Mike Stranton. He inscribed 6-time Pro Bowl. Bobby Bryant. 2 of 2 from Bob Thompson. He signed 1 in silver and 1 in blue, which I thought is kind of weird. And we got here 2 from Ken Gray. He signed in pen. A lot of these older gentlemen will sign in pen from time to time. I don't necessarily like it, but it's not the end of the world. Harold Jackson. A lot of you Bengals fans might remember, Ken Anderson. We got 3 of 3 from Ken Anderson. I got this in today, actually. Bob Klein. Oh, another Bobby Bryant. Some of these got out of order. Signed 3 of 3 from the Cowboys. Chuck Howlery. He signed in silver. And on these old school cards, silver just does not show up very well. So there's 2 of them. And then he signed the back of this card, which I think is kind of weird. And that's the one card, if he would have signed in the front in silver, it would have looked amazing. I think I wasn't going to show because I'm kind of don't want to keep y'all here forever. But look at the front of this card. Like silver would have popped like crazy. And instead, he signed the freaking back. But whatever. It is what it is, I suppose. Almost done with this fat stack. Signing 3 of 3. Don Hasselbeck, tight end for the Patriots back in the day. Another Patriot. I do remember this dude in the early 90s. Bruce Armstrong. What up, Everett? Bet you don't have any Bruce Armstrong stuff. Man, some of these got out of order. Another Jeff Simmons. And once again, he inscribed his little Pro Bowl inscription at the bottom that I requested. 2 of 2 from John Alt, tackle on the Chiefs. And then Kurt, I can never pronounce this dude's name, Kurt Gaviva. I don't know. It's this cat right here. But he signed 2 of 2, but he signed them in pen and on the back, and they are extremely difficult to read. So that's, it's a return, but man, I kind of wish you would have signed the front. 2 of 2 from Leo Sugar. And 2 of 2 from Don Strock. Okay, so that is that. I do have another stack here of these are like epic TTMs, at least in my opinion. I'll go ahead and turn this video off and make that other video. So until next time, guys, adios, be safe. Thank you for watching. Always thanks for comments down below. I read every single comment, and I try to respond to them as much as possible. So thanks for your continuous support, and peace out.